This is a game that I scrapped a while ago just because I kind of lost interest in it after I realized the scale of the game and all the stuff that I would have to do to make it more immersive. What is this, bro? Inventory system was insanely good for a TurboWarp project. This project doesn't even have any extensions, so this could be uploaded into Scratch. Actually, could do that. But this is the scrap game. I was trying really hard to make a 2D cartoonish pixel art game sound creepy, but I somehow managed to somewhat give it that vibe. Yeah, you could throw items, pick them up. It was just really creative and put a lot of the stuff that I already know how to do into use. And it actually would seem like it seems like it could have been a cool game, just considering how much went into it. All the trees are generated randomly. The physics in it were like really satisfying for me. That was one thing that I really enjoyed when I went through this, because you could just take an item, just take one, you can throw it, and it actually like goes out of your inventory. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty much it for this game. Just got bored of making it, and the code was getting very convoluted and hard to understand where things were going wrong and where glitches were coming from. Overall, it was a pretty cool project. There was a lot of different versions of that last game. Here's another one that I found, which is oddly very zoomed in. There we go. That doesn't look right either. Here's a project that I just forgot about. I was trying to make a 3D character. As you can see, it doesn't really work how you'd expect it to, but it looks kind of cool. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yo, what? Rotating head, I guess. Almost works, but something's not right with that. So this project was originally for something that had to do with school. I was trying to make a system that students could sign into and use as like a social platform. It sort of flopped after we graduated, but basically this was my version of the character creator. Obviously you can tell there's a lot of missing features here. Change the skin tone, the hair shade and color. I guess you can't change the eye color or the shirt or the pants or the hat, but this was something that was pretty cool to make. I don't know. This was another game that I was working on during my senior year of high school, and it was a pretty fun one as well. It was another tile game, but it was supposed to be more 3D than the last few ones that I had made were. And as you can see, as soon as I press that, it's actually a 3D game. So that was pretty cool to work on and make all the art for. All this art I spent lots of time on. And it would be a really cool game to even have like beta for. And if I should keep working on this, I definitely am willing to. Just let me know in the comments if you think I should. But that was a cool game to make. Don't think I used any of these extensions that I currently have. So I might be able to release this one. Might be able to release that. So that'd be cool. But yeah, that was a cool one to work on. It just looks nice. This was another character creator that I made. I might have to turn that down a little bit. But this one I was actually really proud of how it looked. All the different hairstyles that they had. Changed the skin tone. I guess that wasn't added yet. That was pretty cool though. This was when I first started messing around with OpenAI's image generation. And this was when this extension was first dropped, which actually made it possible to not only send a request for AI to make a picture, but you could also have the sprite load the picture. So that was pretty cool. So if I type in purple dog, it should make a pixelated pixel art version of a purple dog. So there you go. It does take a second, but if I type in tall, it should make a pixel art version of that. So what's cool about this is that some of this stuff, if you actually condense it correctly, you can have pixel art just generated here. So that's what I was trying to do. So instead of just making all the art for my games, which was always really tedious and I always went back and did it 1,000 times, I was thinking I could just type in like diamond pickaxe item, and after a couple seconds it'll just generate the item any day now. So pretty much this project, every single time that it generates one of these, it's like a fraction of a penny, but if that were to ever be scaled up, obviously that would add up to a lot of money. But that's just since it's using an AI API that is linked to my credit card. So this was another actually really cool project that I was working on for a while. It was an advertisement generator, and I was thinking about selling this to businesses, but it isn't the best. Back when I first made it, it was definitely at the forefront of AI, but with the stuff that's out now, it's pretty crap. So prompt for social media post. Company name is Bob's Pizza and Fries. Sell the pizza. We're running. Alright, I forget exactly what it's doing behind the scenes here. I think it's sending a couple requests to APIs that, again, are linked to my credit card, so it costs me money. Right now it's trying to generate these ads, and it's going to come out pretty bad. Error occurred, but there was some cool stuff that I had to download slides. I think it would download to my computer. We sell an assortment of change company info, pizza. That was a cool project. Obviously it doesn't work anymore just because they changed their API stuff, so. Oh my gosh. This game, which when I was working on it, quite literally took over on, I think it's got several thousand views at the moment, which compared to my other videos is insane. But this game is insane. I don't even know how I got it to run smooth for the video, because I added horror to it. To get these guys to stop coming, to get them to stop coming closer to you, you have to look directly at them, and they make a noise every time that your cursor is pointed at them. This is actually terrifying. The AI, I'm stuttering. The AI for them is actually really good, and they're scattered around the map, which is actually pretty huge considering it's a TurboWarp game. Obviously, if I posted this on Scratch, it would get instantly removed, and if I posted that on Scratch, it would get instantly removed, and I think I'd get banned. So I can't really post that on Scratch just because they have a policy against horror games, and I don't know why. I was just really into making these type of games. What's really cool is that these jump scares are actually generated by AI, which makes them even more uniquely terrifying if you think about it, and especially if you look at some of these. And this wasn't the new AI that had guidelines and standards. This was back when, I don't know, 2022. Pretty old, but that was cool. Obviously you see all these extensions. I don't think any of these are in use here, but also running some of these in Scratch is about impossible just because it runs at about a quarter of the speed that TurboWarp runs, maybe even worse. This one's actually really cool. I might have to release this somewhere. It was going to be a 3D type of game. The world generation is actually, that was actually pretty tough. Pretty much why I gave up on this project in particular was just because I didn't understand how to sort points, which makes it look really weird at some of the angles. And also I think it gets really laggy if you turn it up. But this was a really cool one. This was a really cool game to work on just because of it was 3D and it actually looked somewhat decent. And the world generation looked pretty sweet. I think the water moves. If you look at it, hold up. Yeah, look at that. The water moves, and you can see it moving up the bay area. Pretty cool game, but just pretty buggy, as you can see. Some of the stuff doesn't get sorted correctly. This is another almost 3D project that I was working on that I think could actually be uploaded on Scratch. It'd probably be a lot laggier, but it was sort of a isometric style game. And what is that changing? But it was just really hard to work on the sorting system. I didn't know some of the stuff that I know now, which actually looking back at it, this could have been worked on a little more. It just never really gave it the time. And I always liked this little 3D character that I have here. That was difficult to code, but it looks cool. Yep. This is a project that I think was the closest moment to me and a couple friends of mine to becoming rich and famous quick. We all work at a pizza place called Domino's. We all worked at Domino's, and essentially we got the idea to make it easier to train new people to understand how much of which ingredient goes on to a certain menu item. So basically what this does is it uses, I believe it's somehow used speech to text, but you click here, you type in large pepperoni, large ultimate pepperoni. Using that, it should, as you can see, it pulls it up. So that was pretty cool. I type in like, why am I spelling it? Like I'm 2 years old. I forgot to click it, yeah. So it was super lenient, and essentially what I was trying to do was make it so that you could just speak it, and then it would pull up what you're trying to do. I don't know why this image is so small, but these are like the ingredient amounts. So that was a cool project that actually had real world use there. I actually could upload this one, I believe, to Scratch as well. Forget what the button was, but this was also pretty cool to work on. Just the hand. I think that's actually 3D. I don't think that's a flat. It's literally rendering it like it's 3D. So, pretty cool. Minecrafty. Here's another top-down tile game that I was trying to make. I don't even know how to navigate this. But again, this was just one that was just heavy on the art and how it was used. Is there even controls? Of course not.